In today's coverage, we turn our attention to Beersheba, a city that has now become the center of international headlines. Following reports of a massive strike that destroyed one of Israel's key arms depots, triggering what experts are calling the most significant arms crisis Israel has faced in decades. This incident is not just about the physical destruction of a military site, but about the ripple effects it creates in the broader defense network, supply lines, and the strategic capabilities of the Israeli military moving forward. To understand the magnitude of what has unfolded, we need to carefully look at both the technical and operational aspects that defined this strike and its aftermath. The arms depot in Beersheba was known to house a wide variety of weaponry ranging from standard infantry munitions to advanced guided systems, spare parts for armored units, and components used in missile defense infrastructure. Its geographical position made it a hub for redistributing supplies to bases located across southern Israel and beyond, ensuring that different divisions of the military could sustain ongoing operations without critical delays. Destroying a depot of this magnitude doesn't just mean a loss of stockpiled ammunition. It dismantles the logistical backbone that keeps entire divisions supplied, mobile, and combat-ready. The precision and scale of the strike that hit this depot highlights the growing sophistication of regional adversaries, who are now demonstrating the capability to locate, target, and neutralize hardened military facilities from a technical standpoint. Reports suggest that multiple explosions were triggered inside the depot following the initial strike. This points to a chain reaction caused by secondary detonations within the storage units, where high-caliber shells, anti-tank missiles, and possibly even short-range interceptor rockets were being stored. Footage from the scene shows towering plumes of fire lighting up the night sky, with shockwaves felt across the city. Analysts note that this reveals a vulnerability in Israel's storage, designed to spy modern reinforced bunkers and compartmentalization strategies. A direct hit on a depot packed with sensitive ordnance can still cause widespread destruction. The performance of Israel's defensive systems is also being scrutinized, as many are questioning why this depot, located within a strategic city, wasn't shielded adequately by air defense interceptors that are often seen as the backbone of Israeli resilience. The broader implications are even more concerning. Israel has long relied on its reputation of maintaining an almost uninterrupted supply of arms and munitions, even under pressure. But with this depot destroyed, immediate shortages could arise. Infantry units in the south that depend on steady streams of bullets, grenades, and small arms might face rationing. Armored corps that require spare parts for tanks and vehicles could see delays that compromise readiness. Missile defense systems might struggle to replace interceptor stocks as quickly as threats emerge. This disruption is magnified when considering the heightened tensions across multiple fronts, leaving Israel exposed to simultaneous pressures in both the north and south. An arms crisis doesn't always show itself immediately on the battlefield, but the strain becomes clear when resupply lines falter during extended operations. Design elements of Israel's military supply chain have always emphasized decentralization, ensuring no single strike could paralyze the entire system. However, the Beersheba depot was not just a storage site, it was a central hub. That means losing it has a unique impact that ripples outwards, requiring emergency redistribution from other depots in the north and center of the country. Military logistics experts are pointing out that Israel may now be forced to adapt quickly, setting up temporary forward supply bases, rerouting deliveries, and increasing reliance on airlift operations to cover the shortfall. The speed and efficiency with which Israel adapts will likely determine whether this arms crisis remains a temporary inconvenience or evolves into a prolonged vulnerability. Another unique aspect of this incident lies in the symbolism. Beersheba is often seen as a gateway city, a historic point of both defense and expansion, and housing a large arms depot that projected a sense of security and control. Striking this depot is not only a blow to material capacity, but also a psychological message to both the Israeli public and the military establishment. It challenges the perception of invulnerability that Israel has cultivated, raising questions about the resilience of its defense infrastructure against coordinated regional adversaries. The psychological pressure of knowing that strategic depots can be identified and destroyed shakes the confidence that underpins morale. both among troops and civilians who rely on the armed forces for protection. Performance analysis of Israel's defense in the aftermath has become a focal point of debate. Critics argue that the layered missile defense system Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow are designed to prevent such devastating strikes, yet a strike of this scale was successful. Was it a failure of detection, interception, or intelligence? Or was the attack designed in such a way that it exploited blind spots in Israel's defense coverage? The answers to these questions will determine not only military reforms, but also political accountability. On the other hand, supporters of the current defense doctrine insist that no system can be completely foolproof and that even the most advanced defenses face limitations when dealing with saturation strikes or precision-guided weaponry. Looking ahead, Israel's military planners are expected to consider design overhauls for storage depots, reinforced subterranean complexes, dispersal strategies that scatter high-value munitions across multiple hidden sites, and rapid reaction air defenses stationed specifically to guard supply hubs are all likely to become priorities. These are lessons drawn from both modern warfare and historic precedents, where supply depots often became Havalia targets for adversaries. The destruction in Beersheba underscores how central logistics and supply management have become in shaping battlefield outcomes. The unique selling point of this incident, if we look at it from a broader analytical perspective, is how it reveals the shifting dynamics of power in the Middle East. For years, Israel projected overwhelming superiority, not only through its advanced weaponry, but through its unmatched ability to keep its forces supplied, mobile, and ready at all times. With one strike, that aura of untouchable supply resilience has been punctured. It suggests that adversaries have both the capability and the intelligence to hit Israel, where it hurts most, not just in terms of combat units, but in the veins and arteries that keep the military functioning. This incident will also likely reshape Israel's defense partnerships and reliance on external supply chains. An arms crisis means increased dependency on rapid imports of ammunition and parts from allies like the United States, potentially accelerating diplomatic urgency and arms shipments. It may also open vulnerabilities where adversaries can predict patterns of emergency resupply and attempt to disrupt them further. At the same time, the Israeli defense industry, known for producing everything from drones to small arms domestically, will face pressure to ramp up production under accelerated time, which could expose flaws or bottlenecks in manufacturing capacity for the ordinary observer. What makes this event significant is not just the destruction of a single facility, but the broader understanding it provides into modern warfare. Wars are no longer won purely on the battlefield by tanks, planes, or soldiers. They are won or lost in the unseen background. The supply depots, the logistics chains, the stockpiles that ensure troops can fight another day. The arms depot in Beersheba was one of those unseen pillars, and its destruction now forces Israel to confront vulnerabilities that are rarely acknowledged publicly. It turns attention to the delicate balance between maintaining overwhelming military strength and securing the silent infrastructure that keeps that strength alive.